Bitfields. In C programming, that is mainly for the typecasting and Bitfield is used for the memory allocation of your particular sequence or statements or blocks. So here which is concentrate on the efficient memory management. So here when we are using the particular data or by using or declaring in particular data types, so how we are efficiently use the particular variable according to the data. So it's when we are having the for the name, I'm just enough with the 10 bits. For example, if I am 10 bits, it's enough for me. In the case of initialization, I'm just declaring it as 20 case. In case of 20 bits, if I am allocating it, the remaining 10 bits will be the waste of memory allocation, right? So in type of it, we just making that how we are utilize the memory space for your program efficiently. So that's the two concept has been used. The first one is many concept used. Here we just go through the typecasting and Bitfields. Yes. So first typecasting is classified into two, that is implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. Yes. So in case of implicit means, which means by the word, it's automatically converting the particular variable data type while we are initializing on while we are executing it. Yes. For example, automatic conversion performed by the compiler. So when the data mixed in an expression, that is for example, here I'm just initializing the x value as integer, right? So here the y will be the float value, that is 5.5. So when you are adding both 10 and 5.5, it cannot be added, it cannot be into the result, right? So here I am just taking result as a float point. Yes, I am just declaring the result. The x plus y answer will be declared in the result. I am just declaring it as float. Yes, so here the x will be the integer, y is a float, right? So it cannot be added. So automatically your x value will be considered as a float point. Yes, if it is a float point, your value will be changed as 10 will become 10.0. Yes, 10 value will become 10.0. So obviously it's a float point, right? So it automatically add 10.0 plus 5.5. Yes, so this is the concept. So automatically when you are declaring the particular data in your particular data type, or when you are converting it as a automatically it will be converted as a float, which is called implicit typecasting. When we go with the explicit typecasting, where the programmer of controlling over the data type, if I am changing it while compiling the data particular data type, which is called explicit data typecasting. Yes, so here the float point of your pi, we know that pi value obviously the float point, that is 3.141, right? So 14 it's a pi value, so obviously in the float point, when I am using it as when I need of it in whole point, I am just changing it as integer. So the pi will be converted as integer, the pi value will be yes, 3. It cannot be a point because it's an integer, right? We converted as an integer from the float point. So when I am taking it as integer, so completely converted as 3, just 3. After the point value, it cannot consider in your case of integer. Yes, so this is the concept that I am efficiently using the memory space to avoid that excess memory space spoiling. So I am just considering the default data type. I can change the default data type, or I am just making it already initializing in explicit data typecasting. These two. So first typecasting is over. Next we go with the Bitfields. Yes. So next we go with the Bitfields, right? Same Bitfields also the concentrate on the different variables I'm using inside of my record. It may be a student record or an employee record, or it may be a Aadhaar record. So there is a different type of variables has been used, right? So here I am just clubbed into a single value, means it's called Bitfields. Yes. So here I'm just unsigned here integer. I'm just declaring employee. For example, I'm taking as employee record. So I'm using unsigned keyword here. So integer employee may be followed by the colon 16. I am assigning it already. It comes it may be between 0 to 15. Index value can be 0 to 15. Yes, n minus 1, right? So the employee ID between the 0 to 15 only. I am just assigned here. So excess it cannot be exceeds the 16 numbers. So I just initialize that 16 is enough for memory space, enough for me for the employee. First case. For the department, I am just declaring it as 4, and then is active value. I am just declaring it as 1, either active or no. Yes or no. So I am just declaring either 1. That is, it may be 0 or 1. That is yes or no. Yes. So next shift, it may be a first shift, second shift, or third shift. It may be shift numbers can be 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yes. So next, your level may be a first level, second level, employee level may be a first level or second level or third level. Yes. So these are the, I'm going to give the input as a for the employee database. So initially I am just initialize the value of these data variables. So initially, so in this case I can reduce the percentage of the memory space. So it's having the multiple. I'm just getting the employee ID. I'm just getting the employee ID, department, it may be active or not, and shift. These all, everything will be get from user side. That is, enter the employee ID, enter the department is active or not, enter the shift and enter the level. Everything will be taken from the user side, right? So at the end of the session, end of the program, it's took that. So when we are using, without using the Bitfields, this particular record is used the 20 bytes of data behind your memory space. So when I am using this Bitfields concept, only the 4 bytes used for this data type. So here I am just saving the 80% of memory space has been saved in case of this concept. So this is main concept for the typecasting and Bitfields is basically concentrate on the memory space of your particular database when you are storing, or particular database when you are getting from the user and stored in a particular app or particular something application. It may be anything, right? So in this case, the memory space is most important. It's not only the single data. It may be a billions of data. It may be lack of data. Depends upon your record, right? So for that time, I'm just implementing this Bitfields concept or typecasting concept. Depends upon my record. It's very useful while I'm saving my records memory space. Yes, got it? Yes.